Well. We are here today to discuss the men's basketball team. So last we left off, the team was just about to get into one of the tougher parts of conference play after somehow being able to yeet non-conference and two conference games out of the way. Perfect. Now, the first test, of course, would be a very tough Michigan State team. They were doing pretty well at that time. You would say, that you'd probably say that they were ranked number 9, which was slightly better than what we were at number 13. Of course, this was after an actual convincing non-con win for once over New Hampshire, and what do you know? We actually beat them. Wow! We just put up a pretty decent result. I mean, it was at home, but you take it where you can get it. It was at home. It wasn't prettiest game out of all of them, but we were able to hold them to a couple of 0 point stretches, and the last couple of minutes where they only made one free throw sealed the deal for us. And yeah, we were a favorite in that game, which is kind of funny, but we still won it. Wahoo! You know, we take those. We take those. Butte and Joe, absolutely nothing. But Mass, Sanford, Lawrence doing pretty, okay on the shots, making free throws. They actually did it. That's nice and all, 14-0, but, we have 2 road games. 3 of our next 4 games are road games. Now, none of them are, ranked road games, but it's still road games in the Big Ten. So we'll see with the women's. It's not always easy to get them. So, we win. Barely. It was not a convincing second half. Just wasn't. The first half, pretty good. Second half, oh god. We were down at good portions of those, but thankfully we were able to clutch out a couple of late free throws and, just played enough defense at the end to actually win for once. Force a bad 3 as usual. Yeah, 15-0, and still nobody trusts us on the road because Ohio State was favored in that game. But the next game would be against a somewhat harder team, a team that would later beat Purdue, Indiana. Indiana's historically a good team in the Big Ten, but they got a lead, a big one, a 16-point lead over the Huskers. It looked Guanj over, but we still somehow win by 6. It just looks funny. All right, they have that big gap in there. You're like, okay, well, I mean, it was a nice ride, but nope, psych, fuck you, that ain't it. And that's where the story continues, and the story will continue with yet another game. It is against the bottom half team, and it's also at home, so obviously that leads to a 35-point win. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, we were favored by 10.5. But, Oregon had like one dude, and we kind of shut him down enough, so I think that was good enough. And everyone else on that team just kind of was not really fully there. It was a little scary, like every game until about the 4th minute. 4 minutes left in the the first half. Just able to get the win, get the very big win, of course. But we have Northwestern next, what we would like to call the ankle biters. They've always seemed to have something on us, whether it's just going here and just taking a game away from us, or just being able to home field advantage their way around the world. This time, they did not. It was close for a bit, but we killed them in the second half, and that was it for them. Frager got 20. 18-0. That's pretty shocking and all. You don't expect this team to go 18-0. That's for sure. But then we ranked number 8 at that time. We move up one ranking for the next week to go to number 7, where we just about beat Washington. Now this is the start of a very concerning trend where the foul count was sort of, a little off. It wasn't that bad in this game, but it seemed like they were calling very niche stuff against us, but Washington couldn't hit shots for the life of them, so that's how we were able to, pull away. We did have a 16-point lead, but Washington still covered because, I don't know, if they just wanted to extend the game. But it then takes us to the point where we just need one more win to get to 20-0. And we got to go up against a team that, it's our, Big Ten third-dairy rival, Minnesota. They're 500, but, we are down at half. We are down by a good margin, and it doesn't matter because Price Samford is a god. 20 points in the second half, 10 rebounds. He gets his double-double. Woo! It's at this point, you hit 20-0, and you get to number 5, but there's still something a little bit afoot, Remember when I said, the whole, foul thing? 17-11. I don't remember us putting up those kinds of numbers against the other teams. And this is where the, conspiracy part of my brain is like, okay, clearly they want this shit to end. Clearly they want this shit to end because that just was not. It just felt suspicious. Very, very suspicious. And my suspicions were very much correct in the next game. Frager was not in this game because he suffered an injury in the Washington game. Took him out for Minnesota. And also take him out for this game. We already have a Sieging gone for the rest of the season. And what do you know? Rank Mass pops up on the injury report with the flu. And what do you know? He's not playing in the next game. So guess who we're going to have to start? That's right, motherfuckers. Jacobson. Oh, God. Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I knew this game was finished. But I did not think it would be finished in the way that it was. 75-72 loss. The 24-game win streak is over at the hands of the refs. You thought I would say Michigan. No. Michigan looked like a bunch of 8th graders out there for a good chunk of that game. The first half, impeccable basketball. Looked like, NBA shit out there where they were just, chucking literally any shot and it just was, going in. And then in the second half, everyone just kind of looked like they didn't know how to make a basket. And yeah, that included us. We were pretty tired with our, 6-man bench. After all, we had to give minutes to Leo Curtis. Now, for Michigan fans that are, listening to this and saying, oh, but we won, we're throwing power. Leo Curtis had not had 13 minutes of meaningful game the entire season. The man that was scoring, 6 points out there did not play a single minute of meaningful basketball since November? Or when he was playing with the Icelandic national team? Because, dear God, how the hell is he out there? I get Garcia sucks and all, and we needed a big to replace, Mast. Leo Curtis is one of the few people that we've actually recruited that is 7 foot tall, but Good God, man, he's not supposed to get minutes. And yet, we took the lead at halftime. We had the lead for most of the game. But thanks to the village idiots that they sent to ref this game, we lost by 3. I could make a whole ass rant about this. I could have made a hour-long video talking about the very many things that they did in those final couple of minutes that pushed Michigan over the edge. Let's see. Let's look at the foul count. 19-11. So that's worse than the Minnesota game. That was worse. But I have seen worse reffing than Minnesota. That wasn't just this game. Okay. Michigan, we're like, oh, but foul count. We take those 19-11 numbers and reverse it for turnovers. Okay? Michigan, like I said, looked like 8th graders out there that, were slightly taller. The only way they won was because of, the fact that we had a 6-man squad the entire fucking game. Shit, I'm pretty sure in the second half, we didn't even bother doing any substitutions. It barely looked like it. But, you cannot tell me that Michigan deserved that win at all. And that is clearly, very clearly, what the media is saying. For once in their goddamn lives, they're like, yeah, Nebraska played way too great for the fact that they were down, 2 players, 3 players overall, and Michigan was down nobody. No, this is their normal, everyday roster. There is nothing on these other guys that I can see right now that is on, the bench, according to this website, that says that any of them would normally be starting. Because none of them were. This was the full rotation for Michigan. Meanwhile, we were sitting with, having to rely on Butengel to continually miss layups, and Jared Garcia to attempt the art of defending. And the fact that literally almost every single one of our players was in foul trouble when all I really did was brushed up against the player, and suddenly that's what they call. But on the other end, we have Hoiberg getting sat on for the entire fucking game. Jacobson gets smacked around. Lawrence has gotten a fucking elbow to the face, and there's absolutely nothing. But there's a little bit of a little itty bitty contact on Michigan's when Michigan's on offense. Oh, gotta blow the whistle. That was the most mind-boggling, the stupidest thing that I could see at the end of that game. Because in the first half, it was kind of there. It wasn't fully there. You could definitely tell that they were favoring Michigan in that first half. But in the second half, they turned that shit up to a maximum. You cannot tell me that in a legitimately reffed game, we lose that one. We don't even need Mast or Frager in this game because we still would have won. Okay? Fuck you. Fuck you, Big Ten refs. I know what you're doing. I've seen this shit time and time and time again. But usually you're pretty good at it when you just do, pick off one game there, pick off another game, 3 or 4 weeks later. You did this for 3 straight games. Fuck out of here. But the team looks absolutely amazing. Even if we were down so many of our players, even if a couple of them just decide to, not play the sport of basketball, they still are doing pretty damn well. Pretty damn well for the, deck of cards that we have been given. That's great. That's fucking we've been waiting for so goddamn long. But this is where, we have to sort of perform. 2 of our next 3 opponents are ranked, and the other one is a road game. Thankfully, we have Illinois and Purdue at home, and the away opponent is Rutgers, and we have a full week to prepare for that, which I honestly didn't think. I would have rather had a full week to prepare for Purdue, but who cares? I just want this. It would have been nice to take it into, you know, February, but kind of like what I said about the, women's volleyball team. You would rather take your loss in the regular season than you would in the NCAA tournament or Big Ten tournament. You'd rather take it now. And with the amount of shit that was going up against us, to only lose by 3, that's pretty damn good. Losing by 3 on the road against a top 5 team, allegedly, and, with a bunch of things going against you, that's perfectly fine to lose. And I'm still proud of him. I still am. It's still the best start that we've ever had. We've never had any sort of good fortune in this godforsaken league. But now we kind of have it. That's pretty damn good, we'll say. That is pretty damn good. And I hope we're able to, continually build off this, and we're able to take this into the, February, March. February is, after those 2 ranked teams, 19-1 is a possibility, but we have to beat Purdue and Illinois to do that, which should probably do that, I think. I don't know. I just wanted to do it. Fuck the odds. Go for it. But yeah. I just wanted to, make a review of this because obviously, I won't be making another one until the end of the season because I don't really want to do one for February because there's still 3 games in March. But I will do one before the Big Ten tournament, which I'll have days to do, hopefully. And yeah, I think that's all that needs to be said. Fuck the refs. Fuck your expectations. Nebraska ball go very far. And I will see you guys tomorrow.